What's going on, Kings, Queens, everybody in between? It's your boy Poppy, just back again with another video. Today I brought my homeboy Kevin. Shout out your IG, tell him what it is.
LHF Kev on IG, man. LHF.Kev. My God.
How long we been homeboys for, fam?
About 2 years now.
Yeah, met on PS4.
Yes, sir.
Today, I guess we want to talk about a special topic, kind of ideology of relationships, stuff that goes on in like one behind the scenes. We're going to talk about like some gems. Kevin has a lot to say about it. We both have been in one recently for about like a solid year or so we kind of know enough on what goes on and just want to speak about it. So I guess the first thing, discussion, you think it takes a lot to get in a relationship?
Not really. It don't take a lot to get into a relationship.
I don't think so.
Because I feel like if you like somebody and they like you, then like, you feel me? Like, you know, get to that point, you know, get to know that person. It's not that hard.
All right, how long do you think like a talking stage? Because I know like now, a lot of people, they have their own ideas of like a talking stage. Some people say you have to, some people say talking shouldn't be just with one person. Some people believe that talking is like multiple people until you find a solidified person. How long do you think your idea of a talking stage should be, and what's your idea of a talking stage?
The talking stage should probably be at least a month, honestly. Like, you shouldn't be talking to somebody for a week and then you want to move on to the next stage. You should like get to know that person on different types of levels.
Right.
But I also feel like that it's harder to like try to be with somebody that like, it's easier to talk to somebody that you already like know.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to be with somebody that you just met.
Right.
You don't know them, so it's like you don't know how they move, you don't know how they operate, you don't know any of that because you don't know them. So I feel like it should be with somebody that you already have history with, somebody that you already know as a friend and as a person.
So with that, do you think like you should try to approach that person like, look, you know, I kind of like am interested, or do you want to be like, oh, do you want to see if like we can take this like friend stuff elsewhere? Like, how do you think that conversation comes up?
Well, it depends, like, cause like if you try to be friends with a female, they might try to friend zone you, cause like you being a good friend. So you know, so like I feel like if you want to go the friends route, you should make that known, like, oh, I'm feeling you, but you know, maybe we should like get to know each other, like be friends, not really be on the relationship shit.
100%. Because I know like a lot of times people, they kind of get, I know for myself, like, I'll try to talk to a female and in my head I'll create something, right? And then I'll be like, dang, like, but I never told them like I want to make it on another level. I just do it through my own self. And it kind of gets frustrating. So it's good to let it be known. Alright, so you said it should be like 1 month. What do you think should be doing on in 1 month? Do you think should take them on dates? You think it should just all be like texting and FaceTime? What do you think?
I mean, you should probably
Why you stuck?
cause it's hard. It just depends. It depends on the female. Like, you know, you can go on dates and stuff, but like, to be honest, like some females, they would get that mixed up and make it think that y'all dating because y'all going on dates, y'all doing all this, y'all on FaceTime, texting, all this other stuff.
So you don't want them to think it's like they think it's like too serious or something too quick type thing.
Like you don't want it to seem like you moving too fast, cause like females will tell you like, oh, maybe this going too far, going too fast, you know, stuff like that, blah blah blah.
I got you. Alright, so boom, you get the talking stage out the way, you know, figure out who you want to speak on. Alright, what do you think about, how long do you think until you should meet like friends, family, if it gets to that point? I guess you start off as friends for like meeting friends and stuff. Do you think that's like a rush thing, or do you think that kind of moves from like talking to a little bit more serious?
It's not a rush, because it's like when you meeting friends, it's not like they meeting your parents or anything. That's like, I feel like that's a bigger stage than just meeting friends.
It is.
Like, you know, you can, I feel like it's not really a timetable. Like, if they want to meet your friends, then like, if if they want to meet your friends and you thinking about taking that person serious, then like you should let them meet your friends. But me personally, I feel like it'll have to be on a more serious note before I make them meet my friends, because like I don't want to just introduce. I mean, meeting friends, you know, like I feel like it'll have to be somebody that you're serious with, because you don't want to just keep introducing your friends to this random girl and then it's like y'all not talking no more. Then your friends will be like, oh, what happened to this girl? Like, you feel me? So it's like I feel like you shouldn't even tell your friends about it until you feel like it's going somewhere. You feel like, oh, I'm gonna be serious with this person, so you feel me? I'm gonna tell my friends about this girl, blah blah blah.
So like if they don't know, there's nothing to really speak on type thing.
Exactly. And I feel like when you tell your friends too early, then that just jinxes it. So you might as well just keep it to yourself. You know, keep talking to this person. And if you feel like going somewhere, you know, you can bring friends into it. All this other stuff start moving up. You know?
The amount of posts, bro, and the amount of like stories people hear, like, and like, dang, it was going so good until I brought it up. That's just, it's definitely funny. All right, so what do you think about like the behind the scenes? Do you think a relationship should be hard, or like as like hard as people make it out to be? Because a lot of people are like, oh, you won't know true love unless you've been through fights, you've been through like ups and downs and a lot of battles and stuff. Do you think it really should be hard?
Honestly, your relationship shouldn't be hard, but it's relationships, so you obviously gonna argue from time to time. But like arguing over and over again, it starts to add a strain on you, and like you're not gonna want to do it anymore. So it's like relationships shouldn't be hard. Relationships shouldn't bring stress. So like if somebody's stressing you out, like you don't need to be in that relationship, because it's just gonna get toxic, man.
Yeah. Once
it gets toxic, it's gonna be harder to leave it.
That's very true. And then it also like creates bad habits, you know. And don't want nothing like that at all to happen. You had any like incidents where it was like always like a toxic kind of circle type thing?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. Probably over time, yeah, but I don't really do the toxic stuff, so I would usually get out quick, because I'm the type of person where like I don't stay interested for long. So it's like if I see stuff not moving, like I will obviously see like, oh, is this gonna go somewhere, blah blah blah. But if it's not, then you feel me, like I don't got a problem letting it go. Like I'm not the type of person that'll like hold on to something.
Oh, you just quick to drop it.
It's no point in doing that. Like if you talking to somebody and like they don't want to be with you, there's no point in fighting for it.
Yeah. It's like a lot of people they'll show themselves, like they'll kind of tell on themselves that, you know, all right, if you don't want me, then like leave or da da da. Like they'll snitch on themselves. You just gotta pay attention to it.
Yeah.
And that's happened a lot, personally. And I've kind of been that person. It's like I want to see if it's true, like type thing. Like I'll acknowledge it, but it never really goes anywhere at all, and it sucks.
All it takes is that you gotta figure out the red flags early. Like if they showing you red flags early, don't ignore it, because if you ignore it, then that's just gonna be you hurting yourself in the end. Because it's like when somebody's showing you red flags, like it's called a red flag for a reason, because it's obviously not a good thing. So if they showing you those red flags, you need to acknowledge it and take it with a grain of salt. Yep.
Alright, so with the toxic stuff and red flags, alright, and back to like in a relationship. So you remember with me and person, right? So a lot of the times I had a conflict with her. She wasn't very open or didn't have a lot of friends and like speaking to people. But for me, I kind of tell like a lot of people, I try to get like a lot of opinions. How do you feel about like speaking to friends about like a problem that's going on within your relationship?
It depends, because it can backfire. But to be honest with you, I feel like it's a good thing and a bad thing to have friends involved in it, because it's like if you saying one thing, like you telling your friends one thing and you going back and telling your girlfriend or boyfriend another thing, it's gonna have you looking crazy, because it's like, oh, you told me this but you still doing this. So it's like, you feel me, like I feel like you should like have a close friend or something, that like a best friend or something that'll know, because like basically like the best friend thing with me, like My best friend is actually my best friend. Like, I know people don't trust it and all this other stuff, but my best friend is actually a best friend. So when I go to her about stuff, I just go to her for a female's point of view. So, you know, like, I don't really try to get friends involved into what I got going on. Because if it's a problem, like, you gotta sort that out with your partner.
Because I know a lot of times for me, like, even if the conflict was there, I can't really. I'm like non-confrontational, so it'd be harder for me to like directly address it, type thing. And that was always like a weird issue. So it's like for me, I would always go to you or other people, but to them it was like a weird thing. So it was weird.
Yeah, most girls don't like when you like go to other people about problems in your relationship.
Yeah, they always like they don't want them in their business type thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But you feel me? We just be needing people to talk to because like we. Like when y'all be mad at us about something, it's like we can't talk to y'all because y'all shut down. Y'all don't be wanting to talk. Y'all want to talk when y'all ready to talk.
And another funny thing too, but they go straight to their group chat, man. Like,
yeah, that too. Like we know y'all be talking. Like we know y'all be talking.
Yeah, I don't know. And then like another thing. All right. So say like, say if you and your significant other, you guys had a problem, right? And you go to a friend. Sometimes you guys will get over it quicker, like, so by the time you tell that friend, you guys could be already being over it, and then the friend, like, the next day is like, oh, what happened, and it's like, it's already far from your mind, so you kind of would be like, dang, why are you bringing it up still? So it's kind of like a weird thing, too, to bring it up. Because say I have a problem, like, today, and I tell you about it, and then, like, 10 minutes later, it's like, oh, we fixed it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a weird thing.
Yeah.
Very weird. So I guess there's like some pros and cons to it. That's about it.
There's pros and cons to everything in this world. That's why we live the world that we live in. Nothing can be perfect. No relationship is gonna be perfect. You just gotta find your person and stick with it.
Alright, so we spoke on dating. How you feel about platonic friendships? You said you had a female best friend. I personally got a couple best friends that are females. How you feel about it?
A relationship can't be platonic. Well, a friendship can't be platonic if you had sex. There's no such thing.
Okay, alright, so that's different.
Yeah.
You don't think you can make it friends, like, just make it just like a, like, say if that was the only reason, like, y'all were like attracted to each other only sexually, you don't think you can just be friends, like, and that's it? Like,
it's possible, but most 9 times out of 10, no, you can't.
Gotcha. So if you was dating like somebody and they got like a boy best friend, but they always hanging out, is that?
It depends. It depends, honestly.
Gotcha. On what? You just have to know like the person type thing.
Basically, because I'm not a hypocrite. Like, I can't get mad at a girl for having a boy best friend because I have a girl best friend, so I can't be mad at that. So it just depends, because it's like, yeah, you got a boy best friend, but niggas are still niggas. So like you hit that nigga up and say that you want to do this and that, like he'll most likely be down about it, and they don't gotta tell you because that's her best friend, so they can just keep that between them. They don't gotta say nothing. So that's why it's iffy. But if both of y'all got a best friend, then there's no need to be a hypocrite and be against it.
Yeah. But to the platonic friendships thing though, like, you think it's possible, or like, you think during a relationship you can make like the opposite sex friends?
During a relationship,
or like only like certain boundaries you gotta place?
I mean, yeah, you definitely would have to place boundaries, definitely, because like basically people gonna feel how they feel. Like most girls don't go for it. Like if a boy got a girl best friend, they don't go for it. They don't trust it. Same with us. Like we don't trust it either. But it just all depends, honestly.
Cause I know with guys, they'll kind of like, they'll flirt. Like even though they say they're friends, they'll try to flirt. And any little chance they got, they gonna definitely will run with it.
Yeah, that's definitely.
So that's kind of scary. All right, so you have any? Let me see if I got a couple stuff in there. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's see. how would you feel if like a woman approached you and put pressure on you? How you feel about it? Do you feel like you should be the man to do it, or like how you feel if roles were reversed?
You mean like if a woman applying pressure?
Type thing.
I mean, I feel like it's a good thing because it's like most girls they shadow what they want, so they don't really be upfront with what they want. They won't really tell you what they want off rip. So I feel like it's a good thing if a girl is approaching you with the pressure, like she coming up to you. And I honestly think that the relationship will go better if the woman shot their shot. I know it don't work like that, but if the woman shoots their shot, showing you that they want you, all this other stuff, I feel like if they showing interest first, then you interested, like it obviously has a chance of working better than it would if like we shot the shot. Cause like some girls, like not just women but mostly women, like they'll lead you on, they'll have you thinking there's something but it's really nothing. So
very true.
People should just be more straightforward. That's how I feel about everything, not just relationships. I just feel like people in general should be more straightforward with everything. Like it'll make the world a better place. It'll make things way easier to let you know what you need to know instead of you thinking that it's something but it's really not that.
Because it's weird, like we see all the time, like videos or women will look at you for like half a second, bro, and then apparently in their own heads they ain't like, I want to marry that man, I want to date this man, I want to like bring him home, all this stuff. But it's like if you don't say nothing, nothing will be achieved. Like, and then I think I seen on Twitter, this one girl was like, I've been looking at his profile picture for 2 hours and I ain't get a DM. What? It makes no sense. But like, I don't know, for me, like, I don't mind showing interest and stuff like that, or doing like stuff, or going out my way for a female, but it's harder if they're not really doing anything because you don't know if they're really into you. Mm-hmm. And how you said it would be a lot better if women actually were vocal and open to about what they want. And we spoke on it. If a woman wants you, they're going to do what it is. You have anything else to add on to it?
Not really.
Excuse me. How you feel about the thing where, like, stop putting all your focus into a woman and kind of building on what you have?
I mean, you don't have to stop putting your focus on women. I mean, it's a good thing to do because, like, think about it. If you start focusing on yourself, the women gonna always be there. And I feel like if you start focusing on, I messed up, but if you start focusing on yourself, then like they gonna come. Cause like if you doing what you supposed to do, it's obviously gonna be a female that's gonna notice that, like, oh, this dude on his shit, he got this, he got that. Feel me? He can be a good option. So
would you have done anything different like early on in your life to like, or like would you tell that to your younger self, like advice wise or anything? Or would you just...
You asking what I would tell my younger self? Like what advice I would give my younger self?
Yeah, like that type of thing. Like would you have told yourself that, like, focus on yourself early on?
Honestly, I don't. Everything that I did so far, like, I don't really regret it. Like the people I messed with, I don't regret it or anything, because it's like it was what I wanted. Mm-hmm. So if it ended sour, and then hey, like you can't really dwell on stuff like that. Like if it didn't work, then it wasn't supposed to work. So honestly, you can't even be mad at the fact that things didn't work out, because that just means that it wasn't meant to be. But there will be times where things don't work out and it'll end up coming back to you. Mm-hmm. But the hard thing is should you take that chance again, or should you just leave it alone? But
because a lot of times women will realize they messed up type thing, and they'll try to come back in your life.
Or we will realize that we messed up and we'll try to go back in your life.
Very true. That's very true.
But honestly, I feel like I was saying earlier, like if it come back to you, like, I'm not saying you should give it a chance, but you should probably like think about considering it, because you never know. Like, you feel me? Oh, this person came back for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta figure out what it is.
Yeah. But honestly, like if things like that happen, you just gotta see, like, oh, if they change, you just gotta. It's it's based off scenarios, like how that person moves. Like if they acting different now, maybe they serious, maybe they want to try it again and like try it for real this time. Cause most people they be on games. Like we in the world where everybody on their own timing, so it's like yes, it's a such thing as right person wrong time. I believe in that, but feel me? Like I feel like if you got the right person, then it's not the wrong time. So I believe in it, but then again I don't. So yeah, if you got the right person, there's no such thing as the wrong time because you can make it the right time.
100%. Do you feel as if you would rather be single or would you prefer to be in a relationship?
Would I rather be single?
At least in this mindset right now, like where you're at today.
I don't know if I can answer that. I don't know.
Just a toss up.
Because it's like relationships shouldn't be hard. They shouldn't be stressful. It shouldn't be a point where you don't want to be in a relationship. You should want to be. I mean, you don't got to be with somebody to be happy. That's the thing. Like you can be happy alone. But you know, most people they get lonely, so that's why they go searching. They go searching for somebody that'll help them with that loneliness. They got somebody to talk to.
It's harder to go through it by yourself.
Yeah, it's harder to go through it by yourself. But you feel me? Like I feel like most people they be wanting somebody to share what they got with. Like they want to share that stuff. Like they accomplish something, they want to have that one person to call and tell them like, oh, I did this, I did that, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. So I mean, it feels good to be in a relationship, a good relationship. Like if you're in a good relationship with communication, trust, loyalty, all that other stuff, it's not really nothing to worry about. Like you got a good relationship, so you should try and hang on to it. But being your own person, like that's a good thing too. So yeah,
because it's like, you know, if you can be good on your own and fight through those like hard, lonely times or whatever, you know, then the female will be like an addition, not so much like a necessity type thing. And that's the ultimate goal. And like the only real, like for me, I think I would prefer to be in one because, you know, like that best friend aspect you were speaking of, you know, it's just nice to just have that solidified one person, and the joy comes with it, you know.
And yeah, if you actually with a girl for a while, she might end up becoming your best friend because like that's your girl, so you telling her everything. Basically, you telling her more stuff than you telling your best friend because that's your girlfriend. You got that trust for her. So I feel like if you with somebody for a long time, like 8 months to a year plus time after that, then it's like that person gonna end up becoming your best friend because you telling that person everything, talking to that person every day, seeing that person. So it's like, I feel like, well, that's the negative part about a girl having a boy best friend, because like, what you have a boy best friend for? You got a boyfriend. Like you should be telling your boyfriend all that stuff that you telling your boy best friend. But I feel like with a boy best friend is that when they having problems with their relationship, they going to him and telling him all that stuff. When you can be talking to your boyfriend trying to fix that shit. So like, I'm not gonna say it's not a use for a best friend because obviously that person was there before you. Right. So that's the reason why you shouldn't fight it, especially if you already have a best friend too. But yeah, basically with that, it's just gonna make you look insecure, even though you might not think you being insecure. But yeah, you questioning a girl about her best friend just gonna make you look insecure. So don't be on that, like I don't accept the fact that you got a boy best friend, because if anything, they gonna be like, oh, they don't care what you think. They might end up shaking you. They still gonna have that boy best friend. So like, there's no point in fighting it. Like, you just gotta trust your woman. If she got respect for you, you don't gotta worry about her doing no slimy shit.
Very true. So we spoke about all that. What do you think is like a good first date, like ideally for you?
Good first date. I mean, some women they materialistic. Like they'll be okay with just sitting in the car, all that other stuff. Like you don't really gotta. Yeah, they do. You don't really gotta do much for some females. Like that's why I feel like you get you a female that's not materialistic. Those are the best type of females, because like you don't really gotta do much for them to be happy. Like they'll just be happy spending time with you, no matter what y'all doing. They just want to be with you.
So I know some females out there like, yo, hang out with them, and then they want to go to Roots. Chris, you heard of that? They want to go there. I don't got it like that, but shoot, that's what some women do, and then, which is another thing. You gotta properly.
Some women out here, they be shiesty, like they know you got it, and like they'll be with you just for that. And then once you start showing those signs that you not really doing what you was doing at first, then like, to be honest with you, I feel like most girls, bro, they got multiple niggas to talk to. That's just how I feel.
Where we get into that from, bro?
I'm not
talking about first dates, bro.
You feel me? First dates, so all that kind of stuff. You gotta apply pressure. That's it. You gotta apply pressure. Like,
alright, so about that. Alright, so you paying for the first date?
Yeah, I'll pay for the first
100%, every single one. So, alright, say after the first date, you think, I had a question. Alright, so say you take a female out, right? You think they should be considerate of what they're ordering? Or do you think like, because you know some females, they'll like, as soon as you take them to a nice place, they want to order like the fanciest thing on the menu for no reason. You think they should be considerate and ask, or or you shouldn't just bring them to that place in the first place?
I mean, yeah.
You just don't want to bring them.
Right, like if it's a first date, like you taking them to somewhere expensive, you can't be mad if they order some expensive shit because you chose to take them there. So
I got a funny story for you.
Yeah, you can't really be mad like you taking a female on the first date, the Benihana's. You can't get mad if her food come up to like $80. You chose to go to Benihana's, so you can't even be mad at that. So basically, yeah, like I feel like they don't gotta be considerate because like you asking them on a date. So if you asking them on a date, it's kind of obvious that you finna pay. So. With me, like if I'm taking a girl on a date, like I'm obviously gonna take her somewhere that I can afford, and like you can order what you want. Like,
that's why people shouldn't date when they're broke.
Exactly. Being in a relationship costs some money.
It does.
You save a lot more money when you're single. When you're not in a relationship, you save a lot more money.
You don't owe a female nothing.
Relationships cost money. Relationships are not free.
Bro, I don't know. I'll probably leave it in the video because it's funny to me and I want to tell people. So, alright, I don't know. I'm gonna just say Crazy. You remember her, right? Okay. So this was our first date, and I took her. I'm not sure if you heard of it. It's called Moon Tide.
Yeah.
And it's a nice place. It's right by Regal, like the movie theater. So we went there, and it's like a nice place, a nice little like. It's not cheap, but it's like $2 signs worth, right? And so we go there. They got like Thai food, Thai food, and Japanese, and it's pretty affordable. Like the fried rice, like $9. Everything's probably like under like $15. And this girl ordered like a $34 steak, and everything else was like under like $15. And I was like, dang. And she didn't even end up finishing the food. And at first, I said something because like sometimes for me, if I'm hurt, I might bring it up. Like I'll do like a small comment. And I was like, dang. Like of all the things, that's what you want to order. She was like, you the one that brought me here. And I was like, bro, it's like.
See, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, like
it's about the place that you pick.
Eventually, like I figured out, you know, I couldn't do it, but I was kind of still going through it, like money wise. So I was like, I guess I can't like not pay for it, but I had to bring up like a slick comment. It was just so funny to me after because it was like I'm getting like a $9 fried rice, everything on the menu, sushi is cheap, everything is like normal price, and then she got it to go. Like she didn't even finish it all, bro. It was like a $34. I'll never forget it. The funniest first date I ever went on. Never forget it. Never forget it. Never forget it.
Yeah, you saying that she brought you here. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, see, it's a first date, so like you don't gotta go all out.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, shit, I'll take a female to Chili's first date. You feel me? I ain't spending over. I'm blind.
Yeah. They're gonna look at you weird, where you ain't gonna get no girls off of this, bro. I'm playing. They will. Are you good?
Basically, dang, what I was about to say.
Can't be cheap on dates. Can't be broke.
Yeah, you can't be cheap. Can't be broke. All that other stuff. Like when it comes to dates, honestly, it depends on the girl. Like if you got a girl that's not materialistic, gotta be happy with just spending time with you. You can go anywhere. I don't mean anywhere, like not McDonald's and all that other stuff. I mean like a restaurant where you're not gonna spend too much, cause it's like you don't wanna take a girl to an expensive ass place, you spend about $130 on y'all dinner, then y'all not talking no more. And you gonna be thinking like, damn, like I took her out to dinner, I spent all this money. Basically, you don't wanna do stuff where you looking back at it with regret. And I'm sure we both been through that before. Like we both did shit with females that we regret, probably still regret, and wish that we never did. But hey, that's a part of life.
Yeah,
like,
you
gonna
live and
do
you learn.
stuff. Yeah, you live and you learn. You gonna do stuff, and you gonna do stuff. If it go bad, you just gotta live with the consequence. You gotta take it to the chest, charge it to the game, and move on. That's what life all about, moving on.
And don't go out your price range, your budget range, trying to impress a female.
Yes.
It'll tell itself eventually.
Yes.
Don't do it. It's a big mistake.
Cause most females, you don't even gotta do much to impress them, bro. Like they gonna be happy that you taking them on a date.
Yeah. Because not a lot of females even going on dates like that no more, to be honest.
Exactly.
They just go straight to the crib.
Mm-hmm. Go to work, go home. Yeah.
That's it.
So would you prefer a female that's a homebody or a female that like goes out from time to time?
I prefer a female that's homebody because I'm a homebody. If I was partying and they'd be the homebody answer, that's dead. So for me personally, I'm a homebody. So I like somebody that matches my lifestyle. What about you?
I mean, it don't really matter to me. Like, I don't really go out like that. You can say I'm a homebody as well, cause I like to be home. And like with dates and shit, like we don't really gotta go out. You feel me? Like you can come to my crib, I can go to your crib. You know, we can watch movies, probably order out or something, and just chill, vibe. Like it don't always have to be like going out. Like that's the thing. Like see me, I'm fine with being in the house. Like we don't gotta go out places and spend money, all this other stuff. We can save money and chill with each other in the house.
And it's like eventually we'll do those other things. It's not like we're gonna be locked up in the house.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be in the house all the time. Like we gonna be going out. But you feel me? Like going out costs money. Staying at home watching movies, that shit free.
Yeah, and it's like you guys can do a lot. You don't even like watching videos, funny videos together, like a lot of stuff. You know, it also kind of builds onto like you guys actually liking each other, and like you feel a vibe out better. A lot of stuff comes with it. You know, a lot of stuff comes with that.
You gotta read females more early. Like when, not just females, same for dudes. Like you gotta try to figure people out. Like figure out the way they move, figure out how they is with this, you know, stuff like that. Cause it's like you don't want to waste all this time with somebody and then they end up doing something and you like, oh, I never thought they would have did this or that. But how can you think that if you don't know that person? Like you don't know her. Like you just met her like 2-3 months ago.
You don't know how.
And you thinking that's the one, but you don't know her.
Yeah.
So piggybacking on what I said earlier, I feel like your soulmate is somebody that you already met before. Like the love at first sight thing, I don't believe in it, because like how can you be in love with somebody that you've seen for the first time if you don't know that person? Like you don't know who she is, you don't know what she about, you don't know what she do, none of that. So the love at first sight thing, I think is bullshit. I think that's some shit that only exists in movies. Cause like it's not real. I don't think it's real. Like, yeah, you can see somebody that's pretty, she got interest in you, so you think it's love at first sight, but you don't know how that person is. You don't know if that's a toxic person or how they are. Like, you don't know.
Fall in love with the image.
Exactly. Yeah, you in love with the image. You're not in love with the person, because you don't know the person. So how can you be in love with the person?
How you feel about posting like a female or someone you're dating?
Posting someone that you're dating, I feel like you shouldn't do it too early.
So you think it like would ruin it type thing, or like
it
because
could.
you're short?
It could.
Where would it go?
I feel like that the answer to that question should be between you and the person that you're talking to, like however they feel about it. But honestly, I don't think you should post too early unless it's like close friends or something. But you know, going public, I feel like you should like take time. Like you shouldn't do it too quick.
It's a big thing. A lot of people see it.
That's a big move when you start posting, because like you posting that person, so like now you want people to know. That's basically what it is. When you post it, you want people to know.
Do you think it's weird, like if people like show like like they cover your face or only show like a body part, you think that's weird or you think that's like okay?
I mean, it's not weird because like, you know, some people, they don't be wanting people in their business. Like, they don't really want to know. They don't want people to know who they talking to. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that, but like, feel me? Like, you don't have to keep doing it. Like, you can do it at the beginning, probably like a few months. Then like you'll be like, okay, I'm ready to pop out. Like, you know, I can show people that this is who I'm with. But I feel like most women, like, they'll like block people's face out so they don't know who it is, cause like, you know, they don't want shit to go left. And it's like, everybody know who that person is. Everybody know y'all talk, and now y'all not talking no more. Then people ask you, what happened to this person, and not like, yeah.
And so, there's extra people in what you got going on.
Yeah.
And then some people I know before, I've been afraid to do it because, you know, next thing you know, you post that person, then next thing you know, oh, I was just with her yesterday, bro. And then it kind of ruins everything. And then it's like, it messes you up. So I know that's like another scary thing. You shouldn't really speak bad on it, but that's possible. That's also a downside. But
it's all about trust. If you trust that person, then you can go ahead and post it. Like, I'm not saying don't post too early, all that other stuff. It's whatever you want to do, because at the end of the day, we all make our decisions for ourselves. So if it go left, just, you know, for next time, for everybody that you deal with, everybody that you come across, it's a lesson. But the question is, did you learn that lesson or did you not learn the lesson? There's some people that, like, they'll go through something and, like, they'll get hurt, then they'll go through it again with another person, get the same results.
Yeah, because people, they're ignorant or they don't want to learn.
Yeah, some people are ignorant, they don't want to learn, they don't care, they just want to keep doing what they're doing.
Just gotta choose happiness, bro.
Yeah.
That's all it is. What do you think is the definition of a real man?
Definition of a real man? Yeah. Wouldn't you have to be a real man to answer that question?
I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Like, do you think like a real man is like handles like, I don't know, like bills and takes care of like their priorities, that type of thing, or?
Yeah, priorities. That's the main thing right there. Like a real man got his shit together. Basically, a real man got his shit together. He doing what he gotta do. Basically,
do you think they should be a gentleman, or just worry about their own world type thing, let everything else fall into place?
I mean, yeah, if you a real man, then you a gentleman. Like, you obviously a gentleman, you know. Like, how do I put this? Definition of a real man is somebody that, you know, they treat everybody right. Not just women, they treat everybody in their life right. Like, they're a good person all around. They do what they gotta do. Mm-hmm. They not toxic. You know, they priorities together, they shit together, all that other stuff. So
got their head straight.
Yeah, they head on straight. That's exactly what it is. They head on straight. Well, yeah, that's the point that everybody trying to get to. Like, everybody want to be a good man. Every woman want to be a good woman. But yeah, it just takes time. Like, everybody, I feel like everybody can get there. It just takes time.
I know we're all young and we're still like experiencing things. We still got to make our mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what people have to understand too. We're all growing at the same time, but nobody is perfect at all. You know? We gotta make our mistakes, learn from them. And also, like, I guess to add on to your thing, definition of real man is kind of like not, you know, giving up. You could say like not accepting failure. Like, that should never be an option. You know, if you get knocked down like 10 times, get up 11 type thing.
You should only accept failure if it's like in a relationship standpoint. Like, if it's something, like if it's something that didn't work.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly feel like you shouldn't question why it didn't work. You should just
take it as it is.
Yeah, you should just take it and be like, okay, this didn't work. I'm not gonna try to fight for it. Honestly, I only mean that like if it's in the talking stage. Cause like, honestly, my mindset is like, if you want to go, then you can go. But like, if it's like a relationship, like you with somebody for a long time, you don't want it to end, then I mean, you can fight for it. Like, you don't got to, but like, if you want it to work, you you can fight for it. But if somebody wants to leave, let them go. Like, don't force yourself to try to make things work if they not putting in that effort. It takes two. Like, one person can't be putting in effort to save the relationship, but the other person not, because then you just doing that for no reason.
Very true.
Not really. You just gotta, when it comes to relationships, if stuff keep failing, like, don't give up. Like, don't ever give up on love. Like, I got a homeboy that I remember this dude was telling me years ago, like, he was like, oh, fuck love, fuck all this, like, I don't want to be in a relationship with nobody, all this other stuff, I'm gonna be single forever. Now he with somebody, they've been together for over a year now. It just
take time.
Yeah, it takes time. You just gotta find your person. Like, and I also feel like some people say you gotta learn how to be alone. Like, I don't know, cause it's like you can be trying to be alone, but you can't stop a female. You can't stop females. You can't stop men from approaching you. Like, you gonna get approached no matter what. You healing, all that other stuff. So you can take. It's good to take time to yourself. It's good to learn how to be alone. But like, once you learn it once, like, you don't gotta do it every time. Like, you already know what it's like to be alone. But some people, they don't want to be alone. They want to be alone with. They want to be alone with a person. Like, they want to be alone with a person. So honestly,
it does get tough, bro. Cause
yeah, it gets tough, definitely.
And I'm very pessimistic, but like, seeing my dad and like with him and my mom, they didn't work out, but then eventually he's like in his 50s now and married, and they're living a great life. So that kind of gives me like hindsight, like it might suck right now, but in the future something like that can.
Yeah, I feel like it's a person for everybody. Like, everybody is gonna find love. Like, you would see somebody that you might think is unattractive, but it's gonna be somebody that finds that person attractive. And you would see people that's in a relationship, you would be like, dang, like, how that person in a relationship, but I'm not. Yeah. you just gotta find your person. Like, everybody had a person.
Your time will come.
Yep, your time will come.
We're all young, but just gotta live your life until that person comes along.
Well, like I was telling you about, like, previous relationship, like, everything happened for a reason. So, like, if that person trying to come back, like, if you don't think it's gonna work, then, like, you can take that, you can run with it, but, like, don't rule out the option of trying again, because you never know. Like, that person could have learned, they could have realized that they messed up, and they can try to make things right by trying to try it again. So, like, with me personally, like, like, I'll give second chances just to see how things go, because you never know. Like, people learn. Like I said, people learn. Like, they know that you don't like this, you don't like that, so they're not gonna try to do these type of things to tick you off. So, like, you can learn from stuff, and you can make things work another time around. So, I feel like if something coming back to you, you shouldn't, like, ignore it or, like, deflect it. I'm not saying you gotta try it again, cause, like, that's up to you. Like, if you want to try it again, if you don't want to try it again, that's okay. But just remember that everything happens for a reason. So, like, if you was with somebody and they did you wrong, and you did your part, like, you don't gotta worry about, like, you shouldn't feel sad that it didn't go the way you wanted it to go, because you did your part.
Right.
And always remember, what one person won't do, another person will.
That's 100% true.
So all that stuff that you were doing for that person, they ended up doing you wrong. It's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna appreciate everything you do from the beginning all the way to the end, if there's an end.
100%. Kev, appreciate you for the episode, the wise words and everything. I guess the last part of positivity I can spread out. Just be genuine to yourself, genuine to the world, and continue being yourself, guys. As long as what you put out to the world, everything will fall into line. And continue being yourself. Don't follow trends. Don't try to do like what the next person is doing. You got to be genuine to yourself. And we're all unique. We all have our own lives. We all have our own timing. Mm-hmm. Just because you're broke today doesn't mean you're gonna be broke tomorrow. You can find health and wealth. Like, you can find a lot of things. Just it's on your time. You just gotta be true to yourself. And who knows, like, you know, we see like nice cars, nice things, but then they could be like, dang, I wish I like had a normal life. Or you see celebrities and they go through mental health the same way we do. You know, you just gotta be true to yourself, and everything will fall in line for you. But you guys stay safe. Appreciate you again, Kev. Do the handshake on the video. You know, shout out.
They not ring, bro.
You guys stay tuned. Just out.